the greatest currency is respect. And that's why my fans, I do the best that I can to earn and gain their respect. And that's why I've been able to develop such a large channel. Same with you, because nobody respects CNN. Anderson Cooper doesn't respect his audience. He despises them. He's a parasite.
He preys on them.
Off of them. And these people, their time has come. Their time, they've missed the boat. Now they're astroturfing to try to keep up with this modern technology, and we keep crushing them. And we need the midterms coming in 3.5 months. Time flies. We need to schedule the vote. You need to look at voting in the midterm and in the 2020 election as like paying your taxes. If you don't do it, the government's going to screw you.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
I don't make Tokyo Rose type announcements or Baghdad Bob announcements like, globalists, you've been defeated, come out with your hands up. But here's the deal. They thought they'd use the web to dumb us down, to force feed their garbage. They were arrogant. Now they're going to try to block innovation. They're going to try to block free ideas. It's not going to work. They can try to pick InfoWars as a lead pony to take out as a precedent, and it's important to fight for that. But they're going to lose in the end. And I was thinking about, I forget who put the tweet out. Might have been Donald Trump Jr. a few months ago when it came out that CNN, we already knew this, but I guess it's a proverbial evergreen story, has to pay in bars and pay in hotels and pay at bus terminals and train stations and airports to have their crap force fed. And it's in all the high schools in the country. They pay for the TVs and the cable in the school. When they've got to pay to make you watch it and listen to it, what does that tell you? So the question was, how much would you have to be paid to watch CNN? I mean, a year ago, they were less popular than reruns of Yogi Bear. Now they're a shadow of that. So, of course, we are the authority. We are the only ones that can read WikiLeaks. Shut down Trump. Trump is a liar. InfoWars is a liar. But I'm actually surprised. We still have massive traffic at InfoWars, and our core audience is great. But this isn't a bigger deal that they're all over the news saying, oh, don't worry, we've already shadow banned conservatives, and we're already blocking push notifications of Trump's tweets. That's antitrust violations. So, Mark, separate from what we do on air, talking about this, we need to get Congress, we need to get the president, we need everyone informed, because this attempted takeover of the internet is outrageous. It just shows how arrogant they are. So how do you see all this unfolding?
Yeah, we need to talk to our congressperson, and get them to be educated about these issues, because we saw during the Mark Zuckerberg hearing several hours, there were literally only about 3 decent questions. Ted Cruz asked, Ted Cruz obviously knows what's going on, but there were 3 decent questions asked of Mark Zuckerberg. These congressmen don't know the power of this. They don't know about the algorithms and the push notifications and the censorship. And of course, there's no transparency from Facebook. They don't tell you which pages have been censored. They don't show you, oh, well, you violated our policies. There's no transparency. There's no option to appeal. It's they say what they want to do and they do it. There's no way around it. And Facebook responded to the CNN reporter when he called for your complete censorship, and they said, well, we're not going to remove InfoWars, but we've censored them by 80%, and we censor and punish, restrict pages, but they don't show which posts, which pages. Show me where on a page you can go and say, yeah, you have a strike, we're throttling you because, give me the reason why. And if that's the case, why is CNN allowed to have a platform? I don't think there's been a news outlet that's been more incorrect about more issues than CNN. So why is it that they're even allowed on there? And of course, they should be allowed. I'm not for censorship.
No, I agree. But how are they the policeman that decides? It's like having Hitler sit over the Nuremberg trials.
Because they're all friends, and the Sun Valley Conference just happened in Idaho, which is an annual Bilderberg of tech media. So Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook, all these heads of all the media and social media companies were there, this small little resort town where they meet every year to talk about the new policies, the new censorship. So we're obviously not in the good old boy club, whereas you have the executives, Jeff Zucker from CNN's over there, all these guys. So they're sitting around in a room having lunch, talking about what they're going to do and who's not going to get censored. So that's why we're just not part of the club, as George Carlin said. And even Google is censoring their own Google custom news feed. You may have seen a few months ago, you used to be able to filter your Google news feed to custom search results, but now they just show you what's recommended for you. And I guess you can go to your favorites page on Google News, and now you have to click each individual topic that you have favorited. It's a whole mess.
I mean, they're killing their own algorithm. I mean, I go to Bing now, even though it's Microsoft, for a big search engine. It works like Google used to. It's more fair. It's totally one-sided. You can't even get real medical news. You can't get anything about Hillary. It's all controlled. They've gone pure authoritarian in their desperateness, and I think they've jumped the shark. But Mark, I think you've hit the heart of this, though. You can't force people to watch stuff, and I think they have gone too far. I think as long as we make a big deal about it, as long as we inform Congress, as long as our listeners understand it, and as long as our listeners understand this, and viewers, you've got a hand to go to markdice.com. You've got a hand to go to Infowars.com. You've got a hand share that. Go, hey, this is the verboten. This is the forbidden. Learn why. This is where they don't want you to go. You've got to go to InfoWarsStore.com. You've got to get a Re-elect Trump 45 shirt. You've got to get a Mean Like a Wolverine shirt. You've got to get our Defeat Democrat Censorship sale, 50% off on all our best-selling items, free shipping. We brought the Supercell back. You've got to get the new official app that works really great with live streaming, podcast, everything, Infowars.com/app. You already are awake, so you're like, hey, we already know all this. The public doesn't. They are now ripe to be told what's happening. People are so ready to wake up. Mark Dice, let's move on to this. People go to markdice.com and also get some of your great T-shirts as well to fund you. Because it's a war, folks. These are war bonds. If you don't buy it, the enemy wins. Mark and I have already paid monetarily massively, for telling the truth. We don't care. We just want to win. The bullying on the street, the attacks, the Uber drivers not driving conservatives, the harassment of conservatives, they clearly are hitting the streets. We need to hit the streets as well. When they try to censor us in cyberspace, more and more we need to do stuff on the streets as well. Can you speak to this whole attempt for them to start a civil war?
The Democrat Party is embracing violence as a whole. The fact that Maxine Waters hasn't been widely denounced by every Democrat in Congress is completely absurd. Their silence is acceptance. And they can shut us down online, and then we're going to have people start popping up and peacefully confronting some of these people. Like back 10 years ago, really before YouTube, we would see people peacefully confronting or shouting down from a distance the live cable news feeds. Some of your contests, I think, are fantastic. Maybe it's time for another Jam CNN contest where people can get on the air and jam them, because holding signs up at sporting events, they're not going to stop us, and we're not going to get violent like the Democrats. We're just going to be peacefully innovating and continuing to come up with new ideas. We need to start filling their Twitter feeds and Facebook pages with more messages. Every time Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter, tweets, he should have hundreds of responses in that thread about the double standards, about them censoring and banning Roger Stone, but allowing other Democrats to be on there, censoring Roger Stone for just criticizing CNN anchors or swearing at a CNN anchor. It's completely absurd, but allowing someone who's calling for the abuse of Donald Trump's children to still be allowed on that platform. It's absurd. So we need to just get engaged. Every thread, I want every time Jack Dorsey tweets something to be filled with hundreds of tweets responding, pointing out their hypocrisy, linking to certain videos. Same with Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube. These people, we're going to show them who they are. We're going to show their own followers who they are in case they're in their little echo chamber. And it's critical to just keep pressing forward. And that's why I appreciate you saying to just go directly to websites. You have to come right to youtube.com/MarkDice or scroll down to go directly to my channel. You can no longer go to your YouTube homepage and see a variety of videos.
That's the point you were making. It doesn't matter if you have views, tens of millions of views on a video and it was #1. They downvote it and will take the same name and put something pro-Hillary on top of it. I mean, again, in fact, give a few examples of that, because it happens to all our videos now. People have to go directly to it and realize it's not work, it's a victory. They're censoring us because we're winning. It's so cowardly. It's so pathetic. They totally make us the underdogs because we're Americana. We're promoting freedom.
In the past, when you would search for a certain title in YouTube, it would show you not the most viewed video, but the most watched video, meaning the most watch time. So if somebody clicks on a video and clicks off of it, it gets a few seconds of watch time. So if somebody clicks on a video and they stay watching it for 2, 3, 4 minutes, that's rallying, that's tacking up the watch
and they
time.
broke their algorithm about what the humans really voting, crowdsourcing ideas, the knowledge of the crowd. They broke it for this.
Yeah, so again, having most watch views can be deceptive, so they changed that model a decade ago to the most watch time. So my video about Donald Trump's funniest insults and comebacks has 9 million views, a high amount of watch time. But if you type it in, that exact title into YouTube, it's the 51st result. There are 50 other videos, half of which don't even have anything to do with it, but maybe have, oh, Trump funny or something about Trump insults so-and-so. And every single one of them is from a mainstream source. Even the Huffington Compost, or HuffPost, I guess they've renamed their channel, has under 2,000 views, and their video is one of the top results. NBC, CBS, all these mainstream outlets, which have a small amount of views. It just shows
what pathetic losers they are. We'll be right back with 5 more minutes with Mark Dice right after this quick break. Infowars.com. Stay with us. Ali Alexander's taken over. Then Owen Schroyer, Roger Stone, and more in the war room. We got the clip coming up at the start of the next segment. I'll introduce Alexander. Schumer just called for more sanctions on Russia. Trump is sending tow missiles to the rebels for a year. Huge economic operations crushing Russia. I don't think Russia even deserves, but everything else I agree with Trump on. I see communist China as a threat. Mark Dice, I really appreciate you at markdice.com and all the work you're doing. You're being blocked and censored. So your average video had 1 million views. Now your average has 500,000. But it's a real testament that your fans come to the actual Mark Dice site on YouTube. They got to do the same thing for InfoWars, the same thing for everything. And, I saw the censorship intensifying a few years ago, so we have our own streams at Infowars.com/show. We have our own videos we're posting now. It's very expensive, but we're doing it. So, Mark, people said, well, you just get off YouTube. Well, it's already half the video views in the world. They advertise for us to come there. We follow the rules, then they cheat us. No, this is fraud. We need to stand up against it.
Yeah, I see so many people want us to put our tail between our legs and leave to another platform, but no, we need to fill it with more conservative content. And I think there was a quote, I think it's from Inside Man, a movie from a decade ago, that the greatest currency is respect. And that's why my fans, I do the best that I can to earn and gain their respect. And that's why I've been able to develop such a large channel, same with you, because nobody respects CNN. Anderson Cooper doesn't respect his audience. He despises them. He's a parasite.
He preys on them.
Off of them. And these people, their time has come. Their time, they've missed the boat. Now they're astroturfing to try to keep up with this modern technology. And we keep crushing them. And we need the midterms coming in 3.5 months. Time flies. We need to schedule the vote. You need to look at voting in the midterm and in the 2020 election as like paying your taxes. If you don't do it, the government's going to screw you. And it's a little bit of a hassle. You got to schedule.
And I agree. Let's say we have the red wave that even with fraud looks like we're going to have. Do they capitulate then, or they just get crazier?
That I'm not sure. We're in uncharted territory, but I know that we have to get in touch with our congressperson and educate them about the censorship on social media. And so we can have more legitimate questions when these people are testifying. And so we can get new bills perhaps introduced so that we can't be shut down and censored.
No, I agree. That's the key. And please help us with this Mike Adams report and Paul Watson report that are on Infowars.com. These are scholarly. These detail it all. And I mean, Mark, we need your help. We need to get this report, the censorship master plan, decoded to the president, which we've done, and to Congress. Please help us.
I definitely will. I'll be retweeting that as soon as I get off the show. Always great to be with you, Alex. It's incredible what you guys are doing. And it's incredible to see the attacks against us. I mean, you can't even imagine the things that they're doing, and then they pull them out of their sleeves, literally calling for you to be banned. The manipulation of the social media, YouTube now literally paying $25 million to AstroTurf YouTubers, embracing Hollywood celebrities as the new YouTuber, giving them consultants. I had to figure out how to do this, how to do the lighting, what time to post the videos, how to make a thumbnail. All of these people now, the mainstream media, which missed the boat, they're getting the consultants and the cash. YouTube
and they're invading and they're propping them up and they're force feeding, and it's still failing. And that's what's so crazy about this is This is really epic, my friend. And I just have a gut level feeling we're going to win as long as we just keep pressing the attack. But like you said, we need our own platforms, which you're building, I've built. We have to do it. And the listeners have to understand they're the only reason we're still standing. We do respect them because they are, you know, Mark Dice. They are Alex Jones. Our listeners, our viewers, our supporters, they're the reason CNN and so many people are upset. What an incredible time to be alive. And thank God for Donald Trump, huh?
He is a godsend. He has delayed the bankruptcy, moral and financial of this country, perhaps decades into the future, and that's why they keep on pressing against him. And when I can sit in my apartment and make a video and get 250,000 views, quarter of the audience of CNN, when I'm one guy on a laptop in my kitchen, that is dangerous to the mainstream establishment when they're spending.
And that's your lowball video. Exactly. It's amazing. People want choice. God bless you, Mark. Great job.
Good to be with you, Alex.
Extendowise, the latest product from InfoWarsLife.com, fuses all the known compounds that have been proven to be good for our hearts and cardiovascular system. And listen, everybody's got a heart. Well, actually, maybe Hillary and George Soros don't, but everybody else has a heart, and this product is amazing. So if you have a heart and you want the very best product out there that's designed to aid a healthy heart and cardiovascular system, it's Extendowise, available at InfoWarsLife.com. And like all of our products are game changers, this baby is the most souped up, awesome version the top formulators could come up with and still be affordable. It's one of the very best heart pills out there. It's Extendowise. So get some for yourself and family and friends. It's got the very best fish oil from the fjords. It's very, very pure, very, very clean, and has the EPA type that is specifically good for the heart, cardiovascular system. It's got the properly formulated type of CoQ10 and more. It is Extendowise, now available at InfoWarsLife.com.